All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to today's strength class. Here is our waiver again for the month of August. Again, we have Q-Fit Scramble going on next week. So really, really cool, popular program. At the very end of class, the coach will share a letter. And then at the very end of the week, hopefully you can unscramble the word to earn some prizes. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to add yourself to that Slack thread or send us a message. Q-Fit Scramble, again, that's next week, going all the way up to the end of August. Next, we got the cooking demos. Again, we have, I believe this month we have the healthy vinaigrette, cranberry chickpea salad. So hopefully you're able to join and maybe even follow along to make the meal. And then lastly, we got the 5K and the 10K run, really, really popular run that we do every year. Again, training programs, whole bunch of really cool stuff. Global Wellness Challenge, whole bunch of really cool stuff HP's got going on. So again, this is site specific. So again, if you have any questions, you could ask the health fitness professionals or the program managers at your site. I'll go ahead and stop sharing now. Again, you should have a pair of moderate to light dumbbells, a kettlebell, and then a resistance band. I'll go ahead and spotlight myself. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and start doing a little bit of warm up. Let's go ahead and do some lateral lunges. Make sure that you have a pretty good amount of space wherever you're at. We're going to go ahead and just have our hands just right here, right by our belly. Go ahead and lunge to the side. A nice little hybrid of what's called a Cossack squat. Just focusing here on lunging, getting some movement here in the lateral aspect of our body. Do a couple more on each side. One more. All right, feel free to grab yourself a nice desk chair or a desk, and let's go ahead and just do some lateral leg swings. We'll go ahead and open up here our hips a little bit as we are doing some squatting today and some bending. So we'll do anywhere between 8 to 12 reps on each leg. And once you finish that, go switch legs again, just opening up here our groin and our hips. Well, all right, nice job. Now we're just going to go ahead and just do some simple low toe touches. So go ahead and have your feet directly underneath your hips. Go ahead and push your hips back, reach down, and try and grab your toes. And as soon as you make contact with the floor or your shoes, go ahead and stand back up. Get the nice full extension. Again, feel free to round your back here. Again, we are predominantly getting some blood flow here to our low back. Do a couple more repetitions on your own. All right, let's go ahead and just do some little bit of the next step. Let's go ahead and just do some nice little shrugs. So go ahead and shrug those traps all the way up to the bottom of your earlobes. We'll shrug backwards. We'll do 5 on your going backwards and then 5 going forwards. Once you get to 5 backwards, just go and reverse it. Same thing, go forward. Okay, just get some movement here in our upper traps. One more. All right, next we'll just do a nice little simple little calf stretch. So again, place your hands on a wall or on the desk. Have your front foot just nice and athletic. Go ahead and push your back foot. Try and bring that heel towards the ground. And go ahead and push your shin towards your toes while maintaining your heel nice and flat. We're just getting here into what's called dorsiflexion. So again, your front foot should be nice and soft. Your back foot, your heel should be on the ground. And we're just pushing that knee towards your toes. Go ahead and switch. Again, you should feel this stretch here in your Achilles. Slash your calves. A nice good stretch if you have some symptoms of Achilles tendonitis. And Achilles tendon is very important as it calf stretches every once in a while. All right, everyone, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 6 different movements today. We're going to go ahead and start with a kettlebell suitcase deadlift. This is a really good movement for what's called anti-rotation. We're going to go ahead and work for 20 seconds on your right, and then we're going to go ahead and switch 20 seconds on our left. So we're going to go ahead and start with the kettlebell just outside of our right leg. We're going to go ahead and grab, let me go seat back. I don't know if you can see my feet. But again, your feet just below your hips. Your kettlebell will be to the very right of you if you're starting on your right side. You're going to go ahead and then push your hips back. You're going to grab that kettlebell by the handle. You're going to go and stand up and basically just retrace your steps. Again, the rotation is going to try and pull you towards that kettlebell dominant side. Try your best to stay pretty much linear and really fight that rotation. That way you really focus on targeting your midline and your core. After those 20 seconds, you can just go ahead and bring that kettlebell to your left side or to your right side, or just take your body, whatever works best for you. And we're going to go ahead and work for those 20 seconds again. On the next round, we'll just do a regular sumo kettlebell deadlift. Once we finish that movement, we're then going to get to the dumbbell squats. Okay, so you can take both the dumbbells. You can take one dumbbell. You can just do body weights. Again, a simple, nice little loaded dumbbell squat is what we'll be doing. Again, feet just outside of your hips. Take your toes slightly, point them out. Again, push your hips back slightly. And then all we're doing here is just going in and trying to get depth. We're getting your hip crease below your knee crease. And then we got some dumbbell bent over row, a press. I'll go ahead and coach you as we move forward. So go ahead and grab yourself a sip of water. Go ahead and grab your kettlebell, and then we will start working on the kettlebell suitcase deadlifts. Kettlebell suitcase deadlift. I'll go ahead and put my timer on here in just a moment. All right, you should be set up now. We got 20 seconds of work on each side. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're working now, friends. Again, feet should be facing forward. We're just focusing here on bending. Again, try your best to stay as linear as you can. Try not to rotate again toward that side. We got 5 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and switch. Now we got a full 20 on the left side. Again, it feels a little awkward at first, but again, you should really feel your core being activated here, and maybe even your glutes slightly. If you're maybe a little bit more glute dominant, you might feel it a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and rest now. Quick little 40 seconds. The next movement we have is the dumbbell squat. Again, this can be body weight only. This can be with one dumbbell, or this can be with a pair of dumbbells, depending on, again, your fitness level and how hard you want to push yourself on the squat. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go ahead and just do body weights. Again, feet just outside of your hips, taking your toes, slightly pointing them out. If you're doing this exercise with just body weights, as you squat, bring your hands right in front of you. And then as you stand up, bring your hands by your side, as it promotes much better balance, especially if you have a hard time kind of getting into that nice, again, squat position. Again, what we're focusing here is just getting our hip crease as much good depth as we can. Again, you can even focus a little bit on kind of bouncing at the bottom, and a little bit of pulses. Kind of engage your quads a little bit. Stand up, 2, 1, and then rest. Again, with most of these movements that we're doing here at QFit, very simple, but we're trying our best to get full range of motion, training full range of motion. That way we get really strong. Next move we have is a dumbbell bent over row. So go ahead and grab yourself your dumbbells. We're going to be in the bent position. Again, feet just directly underneath. You go and push your hips back. And then we're going to go ahead and alternate every repetition. Again, trying your best to lock out that elbow. Again, squeeze your midline as you are here in this position right here. And try and keep your shoulders just nice and parallel to the floor. Get about 20 seconds. Again, really fight the position of trying to go up as you row. Again, we're just focused here on trying to stay nice and parallel. That way we get the full angle of our back. Go ahead and rest now. Great job, everyone. We're going to go to back up to the top now and then perform the kettlebell again. If you want to do the suitcase version, you can. or if you just want to do a regular sumo kettlebell deadlift, we're going to go ahead and go a nice wide stance here. Again, target a little bit more of our inner glutes. Go and take your toes and slightly point them out, and then we're going to go ahead and work. And we're focusing on just going up and down as opposed to bending. So again, you might even find that your knees will get slightly maybe forward in your toes. Again, we're just focusing here on targeting our inner glutes. Again, we are going straight up and down. We're not focusing here on bending. Focus here on traveling. Again, straight up and down. We got about 10 more seconds if you're doing this kettlebell version. If you're doing the suitcase, again, feel free to switch. 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. We won't be needing the kettlebell anymore. So you can go ahead and put that away, and we will just be using our dumbbells and our band from now on. Again, kettlebell suitcase deadlift, if you did that version, really good exercise for anti-rotation. Next movement we have against the dumbbell squat. So go ahead and just stretch yourself up. We are working now. Again, 40 seconds. Focusing here on getting good depth. Again, as you are traveling down, go ahead and take that breath. As you come up, go ahead and exhale. As you're squatting, again, focusing on taking your toes, or sorry, your knees, and tracing that out towards your toes. And then really focus on kind of screwing your feet to the ground and using your toe and anchor yourself to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. Good job. That is the dumbbell squat. The next movement we have is the dumbbell bent over row. So again, feel free to put your dumbbells down, let your hands rest a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and move into the pulling variation of the bent over row. So go ahead and grab yourself your dumbbells. We got 40 seconds. Go ahead and bend here at the waist or at the hip. And then go ahead and perform your rows. And trying to stay nice and parallel to the floor. Creating a nice, good angle for that pull. We'll go and show the left side as well. Again, feet should be directly underneath you. We got about 8 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Great job, everyone. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next triplet, which will be a dumbbell single arm press. We're going to go ahead and utilize our band and then a simple bicep curl. All right. So all we're doing here is just focusing here on some extension of the elbow. So go ahead and grab yourself your dumbbell. Have your feet just outside of your hips. Take your dumbbell, put it in the front rack position. We're going to go ahead and work for 20 seconds. If you have a heavier dumbbell and you want to add a dumbbell push press or a knee bend, feel free to do that. Again, it's your class, your time to move. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then go ahead and switch arms. Again, same thing. Try to lock out that elbow. 10 more seconds. Again, make sure your elbow doesn't flare out as you press. Keep your elbow relatively in. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Good job, everyone. We'll be needing our band on this next exercise. We have what's called a band Y2W. So we're going to go ahead and have our dumbbell, or sorry, our band with our hand in the overhead position. I'll go ahead, just go ahead and follow along. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and start with some regular band pull parts for about 10 seconds. Try not to go fast here. Again, this can burn relatively pretty fast. Just take your time. We're going to go ahead and go diagonal now. So have your right hand above your left. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch. Now left hand above your right. Try to get a little bit of your rhomboids. 2, 1. Now we're going to go and behind our neck. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, everyone. Again, tons of different band stuff that you can do. Very, very good for opening up your chest a little bit, getting some good scalp retraction, and promoting very good posture in a variety of ways on the band. The next one, we have a nice little simple bicep curl. So go ahead and grab your dumbbells. And let's go ahead and initiate that simple curl. Again, hands can be in the neutral position where you're rotating as you get to the very top, or you can go ahead and just have your palms forward. You go ahead and contract your biceps as you're getting into the concentric contraction. Nice job, everyone. We got about 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, good job. Nice little 20-second break. Again, we're going to go back up to the top, perform that dumbbell single arm press. Again, bring some awareness to your breath too. Make sure that you're not holding your breath throughout all these exercises or even when you're warming up. Make sure you're exhaling. Go ahead and grab that dumbbell. Take that dumbbell to the front rack. Again, feel free to have your hand by your side. Or if you want to have your hand on your hip with the dumbbell sliding up, feel free to do that. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and switch. Again, as that dumbbell is coming towards your shoulder, you are inhaling. As that dumbbell is going away from you, we're going to go ahead and exhale. 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and rest. Nice job. We got 2 more movements. Again, this next move, we're going to go ahead and utilize that band again. So we're just going to do the regular band pull apart, diagonal on one side, diagonal on the other. And then we're going to go behind our neck. So go ahead and grab that band. Again, feel free to switch grips too. If you want to go ahead and just do a palms up grip, you can do that too. Might be a little harder on the behind the neck, but you could definitely do it on these first 3 variety of movements. Again, make sure that you're trying to keep tension on the band in the very middle. As you can notice, my band is pretty stiff in the middle. So again, try not to lose that tension. 2, 1. You got one last one. Performing that behind the neck. 3, 2, 1. All right, everyone. Great job. We got one last movement today. That'll be the very end of our strength class. Again, performing the easy but effective bicep curl. We got about 10 more seconds. Feel free to grab a nice little sip of water. Got one more to go. All right, let's go ahead and work now. One last movement. And same thing here. Try not to use your body to bring these dumbbells up toward your shoulder. Again, focus kind of on squeezing your midline, staying nice and linear. Again, if the weight gets really heavy, you'll notice that you're kind of shift towards that side. That's all good. But again, predominantly focus on just targeting your bicep here. All right, good job, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and stop my clock, grab a little sip of water. All right, everyone. Nice job. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now.
Thank you, Dorian.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Dorian.
Thanks, Dorian.